Hello, I'm Chuck DeVetter, and I want to talk to you today about walking in the Spirit. We're going to talk about how do I stay in the Spirit? What does that look like? I've got a story I want to talk about that relates to this. There was a time when I was out playing tennis with my son. My son wanted to play tennis. He's a younger guy, more athletic, and he wanted to go play tennis. And I thought, okay, I'll go play tennis. And I got out there and I started to play tennis. And I gripped the tennis racket, and I just focused, and I was going to hit that ball over. And I hit it over several times, and sometimes it went into the net, and other times it went over the net. But it wasn't the most graceful thing in the world. But I was just focusing on playing tennis. And the Lord said to me, He said, "Is that how you play tennis?" You know, and I thought about that a little bit, and I began to worship God. I began to focus on the Lord as I played tennis, not to win at tennis, but to be in that place that I do all things unto the glory of God. And so what I began to do is between shots, I would begin to just exalt my heart to the Lord and begin to worship the Lord. And I let go of needing to win, and I just released the tennis game to Him, and I began to play tennis to love my son and to worship God instead of playing tennis to win and to justify myself and get value by what I did. And as the shots came in, I was just worshiping God between. I wasn't even focusing on the shot, and it'd come in, and I'd release the tennis racket, and it seemed like the ball just kept going where I wanted it to go, even though I didn't care if I won or lost. And at the end of the day, it turned out in a way that I remember at one point in time, in the different times that I played my son, I remember one point in time where I said, "God, should I just give him points?" You know, because I wanted him to feel good. I wanted him to be able to catch up or whatever it happened to be. And I really didn't care if I won or lost. And so I've had that happen in numbers and numbers of times when I'm in a place where there's competition or that type of thing. I don't really need to win or lose. I just need to glorify God in all things that I do. And so I remember a time when I was playing ping pong with my brothers at one time, and the same thing happened. I'm playing, and we're playing on teams, and you know, they spin the ball and they do all these fancy things, and all I do is hit the ball. But I just began to worship God in the midst of the ping pong, and as I'm worshiping God in the midst of the ping pong, the ball just seems to go where I want, and it seems like the results are good from the standpoint of win-loss, but I don't really care whether I win or loss, because my value doesn't come from winning or losing. The value actually comes from Jesus' shed blood on the cross. It comes from and He proved that actually by paying the price for me. And so I praise God and I worship Him, and I thank you for all this. Thank you.